Welcome back to another episode of the Ready Set podcast. My name's Ricky.
My name's Angus.
And I'm Derek. And Dom is back here with us again.
Woo! Yeah.
All right. So I think the last time we left off was first jobs. And then we were wondering what's everyone's first job was. What's the worst first? Well, I guess was your first job?
What was your first job?
Pretty bad.
And was it the worst job you ever had?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I didn't hate any of my minimum wage jobs. It was really weird. There were some annoying coworkers, but my very first one I started off with, my parents actually dragged me there to apply. I didn't really want to because I was, I'm lazy.
How old were you?
I was grade 9, so
Yo,
You're
underage.
young.
No, I was
with a
you're
parent
underage.
consent, it's okay.
Yeah,
Really?
14, isn't it?
15. No, was it
Wait, are you allowed to work?
grade
You
9 or
can.
grade 10?
You can work at
With
12
consent, yeah.
with parent consent.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's what they had my parents
16 on
sign.
your own.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what they had my parents sign. Yeah, but it was over at Linens and Things. It was like a bedding store.
Whoa, what the hell? What a unique first job.
Yeah. And I was a receiver, like the ship. You
the
take
back.
stuff off the truck and you put it into
You're
the back.
the guy in the
Labor.
back.
Yeah.
Shit job for like a kid. That shit's heavy.
Yeah, but they had a lot of stuff for me to help. Like they, it's really interesting. They had a portable conveyor belt, but it wasn't like a automated one. It was just like it had tons of rollers on it.
Oh,
So
it's the metal ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. So you just shove the box on and you push it all the way down. Yeah, and then it wasn't too bad. I enjoyed working in the back because you don't deal with the people on there, and the only time they ever call you out to the floor was like, this stock is empty. You're like, okay, and then you just go to the back and you just grab whatever the box is that you need, and then you pulled it out. But I was like, I still can't believe back then minimum wage was $8 an hour.
Yeah. Was it a Chinese place that you worked at?
No, Linen and Things is
It's like
Oh,
Caucasian.
wow, they let you work there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I will say it was in Richmond, so half the people there were Asian.
Chinese. Half of it was kids.
Oh my god!
So I guess it wasn't bad.
It wasn't too bad.
Wait, you worked in Richmond?
Yeah.
You don't live in
So
Richmond.
you had to get a
It
ride
was for
every
cost-
single
yeah,
day?
it wasn't every single day, so it was a weekend job. So because I was still in high school, right? So I started during the summertime when school was out, and I worked full time for the summertime, but I biked across the bridge.
Well,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not that bad if you bike. If you
Yeah.
walk, it's kind of terrible.
no, he's kind of far.
Yeah, then it's no, because my parents live like right across the Ninth
Yeah.
Street Bridge.
Yeah.
So it was like a 10-15 minute bike ride.
Oh, that's
Oh,
it?
no
Yeah.
way.
Not that bad for me.
Yeah.
I've been to this place once.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
it wasn't.
Been to his place once?
Mhm.
I've been to his place.
I would
He
have
doesn't
been
really
once.
invite
too.
people over until his parents were gone.
Oh,
at least that time.
yeah. So I just biked over. Sometimes my parents drove me, and then after school started again, I just started working weekends, and they were okay with that. So I was like, okay.
Your shittiest job? Like, what is your, aside from the shittiest job, like, what was your shittiest work experience at one of your like, minimum?
Oh my god.
While you're thinking about it,
Yeah.
you got one? You got one?
You guys go
Oh,
ahead.
you got
Let's-
one.
Oh, no, no, no. Dom has
got
one.
We're locked and loaded.
Dom has one.
Okay. So I feel like possibly all my bad experiences and it's because like I don't say no to things when you tell me to do work.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's such a pain in the ass.
So you're a doer.
You're
I'm a
a
doer.
yes man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like if you tell me to do it, I'll fucking do it most of the time until I can't do it anymore. Right? So then like my first job was at White Spot
Oh.
and I was a dishwasher. I could, like I said, I didn't want to work at McDonald's.
Right.
Previous episode. Well, I didn't want to work at McDonald's because I thought it was too cool for it. So I went to White Spot. The one close to me, which was only 10 minutes away, wouldn't fucking hire me. I had to work at Marine Drive, which is like 30 minutes if I bus.
Oh,
so
right?
far.
So my mom would just drive me there. And so then I got there and I would have to do all the dishwashing stuff, which is like not that bad. It is rushed during service. There's a lot of plates. You have to go fast.
Right.
But then like sometimes I would come in and like the morning stuff wasn't done. So I can tell because there's still like eggs and shit on it. There's no egg stuff in the middle.
Yeah.
No, please.
Yeah.
And so then like there's so many fucking eggs on the plate and they're hard stuck because they've been there for like 4 hours,
I know
right?
that.
Yeah.
And so like I'm like motherfucker. Well, you work
Stuck
with food
on.
too, you know,
Stuck
right?
on.
So then I'm like motherfuck.
Not even
right?
soaked.
No. And so
fucking
I'm
bullshit.
there scrubbing this
Oh
old
my
shit
God.
in the middle of the night when there's stuff coming in,
Yeah.
right? And then I found out that this other guy at my school, he's like, oh yeah, I work at White Spot too.
Oh no.
Dirty motherfucker.
He was on
you,
fucking.
lazy piece of shit. He would just not finish his shit and just leave. Because I've done like morning services too.
Oh my
I
God.
finish all my shit before I go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave him so much shit.
You told him, right?
Yeah.
I know where your locker is.
Yeah.
I
Don't
stayed
hide from
late
me.
because of you.
Well, he's way fitter than me, right? So, but then he hurt his leg, and then I started talking shit. Because before that, I could not run.
He's a shit.
You're across the field and you're like, it's your fault.
Yeah, motherfucker!
Is he moving? Is he moving? Oh.
I'm gonna start running anyway.
The bus start coming. Start sprinting out of the bus.
And the other job, like I worked at Safeway, which was like wasn't that.
That's
bad.
union though, right?
It is union.
Yeah, back then.
It was still like minimum wage still. It was slightly above. And then like the first couple of days, it was just kind of like just moving. I worked in the produce department, so you just move like fruits and vegetables around. It was actually honestly not that bad. And then they're like, "Hey, you gotta move the watermelons." I'm like, "How do we do that?" And they're like, "You gotta move the watermelon." I'm like
Like a
the
forklift?
freight? No, you gotta move the watermelon.
So you got to carry.
Yeah, and they talked to me like I was stupid. I was like, we gotta manually do this shit. We can't just like lift the whole box and move it to. And they're like, no. And then it was two big guys. There was a big Korean dude, and then there was like a Mexican guy. I think he was the boss, like the manager at the time.
Yeah.
The Mexican tosses it to the Korean guy.
Oh.
And then he tosses it to me, and I gotta put it in the thing.
No way.
Bro.
These motherfuckers are tossing watermelons. My 15-year-old ass is like, every time I catch it, because they're lobbing this shit with force. We're not close by. Like if from me to where that TV is where they're fucking
From meat
Oh
and
my
seafood
God.
too.
yeah. Shit at me.
Did you drop one?
No, never.
Oh, that's good.
Props.
No, it's because it goes. Okay, it's not because arm strength. It's just landing.
Oh,
Your
shit.
athleticism.
Yeah.
Still caught it though.
Yeah, and my mom's like, "Oh, you barely make any money, but you're working." I'm like, "You piece of shit."
But when you get their first paycheck though,
Yeah.
it does feel pretty good, right?
Does it?
I never so I grew up with just my mom because my dad passed away when I was 8. So I literally, if I had any money, I would give it to her,
Oh,
or I would
okay.
just only spend it on little things like, I go with my friends to eat a little bit, and then if I had any extra money, I would give it to her.
I see.
So it's not like I've never kept a lot of my licy.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
kind of gave it to your
Yeah,
mom.
she's like, I'm saving it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
sure you are, but it's fine. You know, like we're fucking poor. Go
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it say. So it's never been a problem. Yeah. What about you? What was your story?
all,
The hell was your-
all I'm imagining right now is like, it's like with Dom's like watermelon shaped bruise on his chest because he's getting lobbed.
That's
at it.
my story. That's your story.
Honestly,
I gave you time.
I didn't really like. I didn't really dislike it, but it was like still a lot of manual labor. The bedding store, you never know how heavy a packed a box full of pillows is until you have to lift it up the. So they had stair ramps. So because you know how the shelving worked, where it's sort of like Costco, where they have the bottom section and then they have a top section and then they have a very top section, right?
Yeah.
And so anything that didn't go on the very bottom section where people could reach always went on the second level or the third level. And they were like, well, we have these stair ramps, but we don't have anything for you to push the pillow boxes up the stair ramps. So you have to like lift it, like you have to hug it.
Yeah.
They taught me to hug it, and then they're like, use your knees and then you crab walk up the
that's dangerous.
up the ladder, and you're like,
WorkSafe would like
Yeah.
little talk with you.
oh yeah, WorkSafe would have been horrified at how we did stuff
He's also
over
a
there.
child.
I know.
He's like 15.
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
15
Oh my god.
But I was like, everyone else there was nice. It wasn't like they left me alone to do it. Like there was always someone there to help me.
That's great. They were
Yeah.
watching one.
yeah.
You didn't want to get sued.
yeah.
It's like let him do it, but just keep an eye just in case you get
You're
sued.
doing great, man.
A little help. No, you got it.
Nah,
Don't
you
worry
got-
about it.
move a little bit to the left there. Okay, yeah, keep going.
Ambulance on speed dial.
Yeah. But like, I am grateful for like the opportunities I got from there because after a while of working there, they started giving me other opportunities. So I got to work
Oh.
like inside the manager's office for a little bit
Oh,
after
yeah,
a
you
while.
did.
Yeah. Yeah. There was I was doing cash box counting.
Oh.
Yeah. So
nice.
I learned a lot of like cash handling skills from that. And then they
Cash counting.
yeah, so they also trained me as a cashier up front too for backup if they
Oh,
ever
I
got
see.
super busy.
Oh, that's pretty good. They put a lot of trust in you.
Yeah, it's because I lasted the longest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wait, how
Yeah.
long were you there for?
For most of my high school years.
Oh,
actually.
shit, I didn't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
No
Well, then I
commit.
never met you that.
Yeah, yeah.
No commitment issues.
Yeah.
This guy.
You're just like, wow, this guy's loyal.
Wow.
As soon as high school is over, you just bounce.
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't worth it afterwards. After that, I was like, well, I got classes like day in day out. I was like, I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not
man,
doing this
you're
anymore.
a loyal person. Instead of
Until
place-
something else comes better. Is that a relationship thing too?
Oh my god.
You gotta have something lined up, right?
Yeah.
that
You got the best of the best
Well,
right now.
Yeah, new cell phone every 4 years.
well, it was sort of like I moved on, but also I had to move on because they went bankrupt.
Oh, they went bankrupt?
Oh, that's right. Linen Things doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so they it's one thing for them to go bankrupt in Canada, but they declared bankruptcy in the United States, which was their
Yeah.
home base.
That's right.
And then so everybody started packing up things.
Oh, shoot.
Yo, the last day was crazy. The
50%. Like, everything was like,
no, like so basically what the district manager told us was whatever's left, just take it home. Just
Whoa.
all take it home.
oh, for free.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Did you take anything home?
Yeah.
Did you take
Right.
everything home? I would have took everything home.
I took
I would
like
have sold that shit online.
I
Yeah.
took like curtains. I took trash cans home.
Nice.
I had like 3 trash cans from that place.
Oh my
It's
god.
like the flip up kind. I was like carrying them out.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you meant the big ones where you like leave in the back.
yeah.
You know what I would have done? I would have like put curtains in there.
Yeah.
Roll that shit out.
Smart.
You know?
So- and my parents were like, all right, I told my parents just brought the van over.
Hell yeah.
Smart.
They
Yeah,
They
good.
grabbed it.
And that's how we started our first linen company.
Hey, how come this is
Linen
limited
and
things? Don't worry about
discounts.
it.
Our old company.
Yeah, it was so
Nice.
funny because so that when that happened, when the district manager told us, the floor manager wasn't there, and so when the floor manager came into work, he's like, "Why are you guys stealing everything?" And we're like, "No, we're not stealing. You could go talk to the district manager. You can join in." So he went to the district manager's office. He came out with like this huge bag, and he started piling stuff into.
And what you should have done, you should have looked at him, fuck you, and just started stealing shit. Because he doesn't know, right?
Yeah.
It's the last day anyway. You don't have to be nice
Yeah, I
to him.
was like, I'm never gonna see you again.
Yeah.
Bye.
I could just imagine Derek on his last couple days because he's done like a money counter guy. There's no fucking money. He's just in there like $1. $1.
Dude, we hired seniors to help because a lot of people quit early after they heard the bankruptcy
Yeah,
news,
yeah.
and so they had to hire
Oh.
like retirees
Oh wow.
to like help do all the cleanup stuff and all that stuff because we didn't have
Wow.
enough people like for store
Dude.
closing.
But why did they purposely have to hire retirees?
Well, it was because when they put out the hiring sign,
Yeah.
everybody already knew that they were going bankrupt. So
So no one's
the younger
applying.
people didn't want to apply to a place that was going to close down anyways.
They want something long term.
Yeah. So it's like the retirees that came in were like, I have nothing better to do.
And
they're
they're
like,
not
okay,
gonna-
great.
I'm surprised they didn't hire more people like you that are like young, and like they just work that short period of time.
Yeah, but I don't know. That was up to the hiring manager. To say.
Yeah.
Every week after they made that announcement, I just saw new people, and they were mostly just retirees.
Constantly. Oh, wow.
It's like, who are you? Oh, I'm Agnes. I just got hired. I was like, oh, okay, hey, nice to meet you.
Is that a real person or you just
Yeah.
choose an old person name?
I just chose another person name. Oh, but what about you guys? Like,
Yeah.
guess.
Probably me, it would be my parents' place.
Parents-
Oh,
I kind of assumed.
Parents.
the
Yeah,
family
yeah.
business.
I like how
Oh.
we all guessed the same
Yeah,
place.
so the biggest things for people out there is that I find, or most likely if you mix work with family, it never really works out well because they put a lot of family. They use the family card. You get in trouble. They
The
yell
Vin
at you
Diesel
more.
card.
Yeah, they yell at you more. You get in trouble more. They nitpick the crap out of you. They beat you in front of everyone.
Nice.
Like, the usual. not the greatest things. You know, you work more, they pay you less.
Yeah, that's
Like-
definitely one. Yeah,
Yeah, like
That's
dude,
if they pay you at all.
yo, they didn't even pay me at
Yeah,
all
see?
until
I knew
I
it.
until I found out there was
Child labor laws.
No, I didn't even know about child labor until a customer asked me. It's like, isn't this child labor? I'm like, what is child labor?
Yeah.
And then I asked my mom, and mom said, oh, don't worry about it. And then I went to elementary, went to my teacher. I'm like, what's child labor? She's like, oh, when you're illegally working underage. I'm like, that's me.
Uh-huh.
That's me. And I told my parents, like, okay, you get money.
But that's the thing though. Like they expect kids to just work for their business.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
family. You don't.
It's family, but
you
that's the
don't
most
count.
like Asian
Thing. It's
Yeah.
such an Asian thing.
Yeah, like I don't know. Everyone does it. in
I think that's
Asia.
all poor people countries.
that is all
Like if
purple
anywhere
countries.
that there's like poor farmer people, like you have kids and you expect them to work.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that
yeah,
farm,
expect them
that's
to
the
work.
thing,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Because like, oh, we made this place to feed you,
Yeah.
and it's only fair that you guys pitch in.
Put in the
to
work.
keep it- Yeah,
Yeah, they guilt trip you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like this is our moneymaker. If it dies, then we all starve.
Yeah, yeah. And then they're like, that clothes you're wearing, I bought that. So yeah, that's probably my worst one. Yeah, man, I started working young.
How long did you have to work there for?
Still does.
How long did I work there
Yeah.
for? Shoot, ever since like grade 6.
From
Like,
grade 6 to
officially.
now?
No, oh man, not now. Like probably till high school. No.
Beginning of high school?
No, first year of uni, or I guess after.
So 12 to like 19
6 years.
Yeah, like I worked
yeah,
other
close to
jobs
that.
too.
Oh, okay.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
So
Yeah.
was there? So what other jobs did you do?
I
like,
did
outside of-
I worked at a flower shop.
Oh yeah.
Did-
right.
Oh, right, right, yeah,
Family
yeah.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got freaking sick there.
Yeah.
Like, that was
Do you have allergies?
no, it's because they spray chemicals on
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, they
flowers,
do. Yeah.
and then you're eating there. It's like a Chinese place, right? It's like a family.
Family's friend.
No, it's just like a family, like long distance, like cousin.
Extended
like,
family.
extended
Oh.
family. Yeah. So basically, if you're eating, it's like the most Chinese thing. You just
You see.
take a little bucket, put on the ground, you're eating, but there's chemicals everywhere, right? Like spray on the flowers.
Yeah.
So it probably got in my food, and then I ate it, and I got sick like 2 or 3 times
Mhm.
during that summer break. So like out of that 2 months, I got sick like 2 or 3 times, and it was high school. It was during grade 10, grade 11 when they make us do planning 10. They get that work experience, and it doesn't count for my
Oh.
parents' place because my parents are like it doesn't count as family. So
Yeah.
no, I don't think it does.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that was my other one, but
Ooh.
my parents was always
I
the
don't make
flower shop. No, not really.
because like in my high school, if you did anything remotely, even like you can kind of call feminine, they'd be like, "Gay." You know what I mean? Like even remotely, just like I actually like went like this on his shoulder, gay. I'm like, I just fucking pat him on the like, no, yeah, like
No, I don't. No, I never got that. When they look at that money, I'm just like, I don't
Yeah.
care what you
Yeah,
call
that's all that
me.
matters.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're like, oh, who has the money now?
Yeah,
can-
because I
can
made
buy stuff.
more than what I made at my parents'
of
place.
course you
Of
did.
course,
You're
yeah,
a
there's
child
no
labor.
way.
Yeah, they gave me actual minimum pay. It was like $8.50. It was
Oh.
man, I thought I was a
And
baller.
he was happy with it.
yeah, I was happy. I was like, yo, I don't get yelled at. Like, I do a good job. Like, hey,
Isn't it weird hearing someone happy at a minimum wage?
The good old days.
It's just like it doesn't.
so this is why you gotta set the standard so freaking low. Like, you gotta get yelled at, and when you get a decent one, you're like, dude, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like minimum pay, don't get yelled at,
I,
no abuse.
I think that's
Like,
literally why immigrants
goals.
thrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because like when you come from a different country and like they pay you like for some
Pennies on the dollar.
well my girlfriend's from Colombia, so it's a pesos.
Yeah.
So it's like the exchange rate is so shit.
Yeah.
Right. And so like when they come here, like even if it was $8, it'd be so much more
Yeah.
over
And
there.
they
know
send
that.
money back.
Yeah.
But it's like the standard of living here is harder. Right?
It is harder.
It is harder.
Yeah.
But then when you look at your paycheck, you're like, I'm making so much more. I mean, she plans on staying here, but if you don't plan on staying here,
Yeah.
like that money's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
That's why a lot of people in Hong Kong, like the is it Indonesia or some of that, it's where the Hong Kong people get their nannies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Indonesia now. I think.
Oh, is it?
They,
Oh.
they moved like a couple of countries.
Yeah. So it's because like the dollar there, even though the nannies don't plan on staying, it's because they work they like when they transfer, it's like 3 times what they would earn over there, no matter
As
what.
a living nanny, right? So they're living there for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like my aunt used to have a nanny too. She used to live in Hong Kong, and she used to have a nanny there. And my mom struck up a conversation with her once, and she says she told us that back home she was actually a nurse, and but coming over here to Hong Kong to be a nanny and getting paid the way she does, she said it's still 2.5 times what she would have made back at home.
Crazy.
And so she had like enough for her and her family that she was supporting too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, that's actually pretty crazy how like currency conversion works sometimes.
Yeah, but that's also like those jobs suck. They're so abusive to like back in the day, I don't know about now. They were so abusive to their nannies because they don't speak Chinese very well. So they treat them
Yeah, like you're slaves.
Yeah. And like even when they come, like immigrants came here, not now, but like back in the day, like people didn't speak English very well. Like, oh, you dumbass! Like, why the fuck don't you understand how to do your goddamn job?
Yeah.
Right? And like they're like sometimes they're racist. And stuff like that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, like they could honestly be like Spanish speaking. Like they could be a Spaniard, like literally from Spain.
Yeah.
But if they don't speak English, like they're still gonna be like, yeah. Right? So they're all over these people, but these people will keep working. As long as they don't get fired for like, it wasn't even $8 back in the day. They were working for 5 or 6.
Yeah.
They just keep plowing through it. But people like us, and you know, people like even younger than us are like, yo, fuck that job. This guy yells at me.
I'm not fucking tossing watermelons, bro.
And that's with like what more than double what our minimum wage used to be now. It's at least in BC, anyways. I can't say for other parts. No, it's 16.
It's 16
Holy
already?
shit.
Yeah, it's 16.
But it's because inflation it went up by so much.
25, I think.
They're
Yeah.
also fighting for it. They're trying to
Yeah,
make it
it makes sense.
And
Is it?
they're trying to
That's
make
fucking bullshit.
For
Yeah.
minimum pay, but like, no, are we talking about minimum pay or inflation?
minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
No,
It's
because
like making whatever we're making seems so much less significant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
everything needs to go up.
They're trying but they're closing the gap between like the minimum and
skill.
The middle
class
class.
people. So like maybe not you. Maybe we
No, I'm in the middle.
Shut the fuck up. His nose button. Right, but like you know, like the middle class might make like anywhere between like 25 and to like 35, and I think that would be
An hour.
an hour would be kind of where minimum is.
Yeah.
I don't think he is. I think he's doing just fine. You know, and like when you close that gap and we don't get the same rate,
Yeah.
like why did we go to
we
school?
become the minimum.
Why
Yeah,
did
yeah.
we do any training?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
like why?
Yeah. So like that's like the advocate where it's they're like, oh, the minimum wage should be 20 because that's a livable wage. And I was thinking, I always thought to myself, I'm like, I'm not quite sure if that should be the point.
Right.
Because
It's not even livable
people
with
won't
$20.
even want to better themselves. It's got to be some sort of motivation.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, I don't care about. It's just that for like, I understand that it's really hard to survive in the city, and like you know, working at the bottom of the rung is hard, and it's gonna cost a lot, right? And some of them are immigrants; they don't have a choice. That's what it is. Some of them are not very educated for whatever reason, like not educated, but they didn't take the same schooling we did.
Yeah.
And so they can only get those jobs, right?
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fair. But the thing is, when you raise that pricing, when you raise that salary,
you have
it
to
doesn't
do it with
do what you think it does.
yeah.
Because that only raises the inflation more.
Yeah.
Right? Because if it costs more to hire you, where do you think that money comes from?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? And like, especially with like, people always say like, oh, with tech and AI improving,
Yeah.
we can replace your ass.
Yeah.
And those are the most replaceable people, right? Like
Yeah.
you're taking orders. Like there's literally a machine at McDonald's.
Yeah,
that does
yeah.
it,
Yeah.
right? There's way fewer people working at McDonald's now.
Yeah. There's like they have the electronic ordering boards.
And the little robots that were on
can hire-
wheels.
you can do it online. You don't have to show
Yeah,
up.
I think the only jobs that won't be replaceable is management. It's
Yeah.
very hard to replace.
or
management.
or if you're managing the machines, the people
Yeah.
that manage.
Yeah,
the machines,
so
right?
either like anything management position is the only
Yeah.
position that it's very hard to lose. a
Yeah.
job.
I don't even think that's true because, okay, so the management position, right? If there's only one, we're all fighting for that one. I can lower the cost of that management because you're all fighting for it.
Yeah.
You're all fighting for it. I don't want to pay you that much because you want it.
Yeah.
Right? Think
But-
about that.
There's also like a lot
Yeah.
of the questions where like because it's not only like the people at the front of the till for the minimum wage. It's I've seen like the China night markets. Some of them even have like the cooking ones. They self cook for you, the machine that self cook, and all they need is one person to like chuck in all the ingredients.
Right.
and then it's on a set timer. As soon as it's done, it stops spinning.
Wait.
Or
Oh, so is it just like a stir fry?
yeah, it's like a stir-fry machine.
cylinder.
Oh, really?
as soon you set a timer, as soon as it's done, it stops and it pours it out onto a plate.
What?
Yeah, and then that's it. And then that one person just takes it and serves it.
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Yeah,
Wait, does it taste good though?
it's like a standard recipe. So
Because sometimes like chef they have a way of like
The wok
yeah,
hei.
yeah, wok hei and all that stuff.
I have no idea. I've
I don't
never
think a
tasted
robot
it.
can really.
Replicate
replicate it.
Yeah.
But like for fast food places, like they would
Fast food,
definitely
yes.
implement it,
Because
right?
I know in Japan they do that too, right? They have robots that actually make like almond rice and
Yeah,
all that stuff.
and it's like a whole show because you watch the robot make it.
Yeah.
right?
Hey, replaceable here.
I still like the Japanese guy. There's this guy that's always
Yeah, and he does like a super like.
I hate that guy.
Why?
I hate that guy. He's always like so
Happy?
expressive. It's like overly happy.
He's just doing his job.
Yeah, but then
He
it's
gets
like,
paid a lot of money. He
I
gets
guess,
paid.
this guy goes to Disneyland and he's just like that motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
You Disney motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
Dude, I'm
Stop
mad-
smiling at me.
I can already see you go to the restaurant. He goes down and is like, "Welcome." You're like, "Why are you so happy? Huh?
Yeah.
Why? Huh?"
It's just it seems too fake. It's like so rehearsed. It's
And then he goes home and he's just like, "That guy broke
and
me."
he's like fucking hacking a dart. It's just like
I think that's Japan though. Like everyone's just like they gotta greet you. They gotta be really like motivated to be like, I don't know the words that they yell, but
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
gotta yell that shit every
Yeah.
time. You come in.
Abiyasa!
That's just loud as fuck. It doesn't matter if he's all the way in the back washing the fucking dishes.
But I feel like people in Japan, most of them, they take huge pride when they work.
Yeah.
on
Right.
it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. It is a
their
fight.
thing.
Yeah, but also
their own
that
skill.
guy by himself, he charges so much.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
just
he's
making
known.
He's
He's
famous
like,
now.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
famous.
He like
He
flies to
can.
places to
He's
do
celebrity.
shows.
He does?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
wow.
I saw that. I saw on Instagram. People say that sometimes he's not there working just because he's
Oh.
flying to do shows.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's like in Vegas, just
So, like-
the routine.
Exactly.
Hello. Well, you're like, okay.
His English isn't that great though, right? I've never seen him actually.
No,
speak
I don't
that
think
way.
so.
I don't think.
I think he only-
doesn't need English.
Yeah, I
He's
think he
just
only
too
does
good.
like a few select phrases
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he's learned, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, Ricky, what about your minimum wage
What's your
job?
shit?
My first minimum wage job was A&W.
Nice.
Because
You
I
didn't
didn't
like
want to
that?
do it McDonald's. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did make A&W.
Yeah. Why everyone doesn't want to do
You
McDonald's?
joined the
I actually didn't
competitor.
want to do McDonald's.
It
My
was up
parents
to you.
dragged me to McDonald's.
Well, I had a lot of friends that worked at McDonald's, so I just didn't want to be the same, like cheap.
Oh.
So A&W, it was okay. It's like what you would expect, flip burgers and whatever. But
So you were at the back then, not the front.
yeah,
Okay.
I was at the back.
Call
Yeah.
him ugly? Non-presentable?
But like the shittiest job that I worked was it was probably Cineplex.
Oh,
Really? You didn't like that
interesting.
job?
The
I
movie
think people
theater.
love that.
You know what? Okay, so you get free movies.
Yeah.
You get unlimited popcorn. When
Yeah,
you're
you hooked me up with movies too.
working. I did.
Yeah, I
don't
think
remember.
you did.
Yeah.
You don't remember
Yeah.
It was at Tinseltown. It's at Tinseltown, right?
You owe me
Yeah.
money. You remember that?
Yeah. So I hooked friends up with movies and whatever, but it was so shitty. So the location I worked at was Tinseltown, which is
Yeah.
like close to downtown east side Vancouver.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it was
how
a-
you know Johnson.
Yeah, that's how I know
okay,
Johnson. Yeah. So that place was like kind of dangerous and sus and whatever. We had like a main entrance and then we had like a exit only side, but sometimes there'd be like drunk people trying to sneak in through the exit only
Oh,
side.
really?
So
Yeah.
like, I mean, most of the people that work there are like young kids, right? It's like my age at that time, which was like probably like early 20s or late teens.
Mhm.
So and I remember there was one time there was like it was like all girls working, and then there was like a
Nice.
group of guys that were like sneaking through the back door. So I was like, oh fuck, I guess I have to go confront them, right, and kick them out. But these guys were drunk, and I didn't know that. So I went up to them and I was like, hey, you guys gotta get the fuck out of here. And then these guys, they swung at me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
shit.
actually fucking swung at me. No.
Oh,
They were
okay.
drunk, so they
Okay.
missed. But yeah, after they realized that they like this two guys swung at me, both of them fell on the floor afterwards because they were just, like so fucking blitzed.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I guess I gotta fucking do this. And then they ran out afterwards. So thank God there was like no.
Are they like young kids?
No, they're like in their late 20s
Are
or mid
these like
20s.
the homeless guys around like?
They're no. They're like very normal
Oh, they're
looking
normal
people.
dudes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
They're just super drunk.
They're just like super
Oh.
fucking drunk. Yeah. So that was like
Wow.
very vivid for me. Just like remembering like
That,
almost having to like fucking
but your adrenaline was pumping. You're like, hell yeah! I
That
kicked
was-
those guys
that
out.
was a die-hard yippee-ki-yay motherfucker
Yeah.
moment for me. Yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't anything all that crazy. Like the job was okay. It was just like shitty moments here and there.
Oh,
Tinsel has a security guard like no.
that mall is always dead though.
It's always
It is, but
yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
full. Like it's surrounded by all these homeless guys that want to sleep in there. And so like one time I found a guy passed out in the washroom.
Oh.
And like they use that washroom to use a lot. They use it in there.
Yeah.
And so like me being a mental health worker, I look under the stall and you can see him like tucked
Yeah, yeah.
down over his knees with his pants down.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, this guy's either sleeping through his shit or like, you know, like he's
OD,
overdose
yeah.
or he's sleeping and just find a place. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I knock on the thing. I try to wake him up. He doesn't wake up, and I knock again. I'm like, I'm not going in there. You know, like it could be disgusting. It could be Neil's there.
Yeah.
And so I go to the security room, which is actually right beside. the
Yeah,
washroom.
it is. It
Right?
is. Yeah.
And so I knock on the door, and I'm like, I just need to ask someone for help, right? Someone opens the door. It's this big fucking stack, like mohawk motherfucker. He's like 6'5", tats everywhere. I'm like, I'm more afraid of this guy. And so I'm like, there's a guy. Hats on the washroom, right?
Looking down to the floor.
I'm like,
Just like fucking like this.
It's one of those times where, like, you know, I'm not like super small. Like, I'm still like 5'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's average Asian guy height, right? And so then, like, and I look up at him, I'm like, oh. Like no words were coming out, right? And so he goes, and then like I peace out. I'm like, man, like if that guy does anything, I would hate to be that passed out
Yeah.
because he is gonna fuck that guy up.
That guy opens. The guy opens the door. It's like, dude, I don't want to touch this.
Yeah, like, it smells in there. It
Yeah,
smells so
yeah.
bad.
It's always
Oh
smells
my
bad,
God.
yeah.
Yeah, there's people showering in there.
Seriously?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
with the sinks. Yeah.
with
all the time.
sinks. There's people
Bro,
shaving in
seriously?
there,
Yeah,
brushing
yeah,
their
yeah.
teeth.
All the time.
Yeah,
God
there's homeless
damn.
people just like tucked down in the corner.
Always.
Yeah.
Oh my
it's
God.
a rough mall. And it's one of the reasons that mall died. It's just it's too close to like the
East Hastings.
Yeah.
quote unquote bad ones.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole homeless encampment.
Yo, have you guys went past there recently?
They
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
out a lot of
This
people.
morning.
Yeah, they moved out a lot of people.
Oh, has it moved a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they moved and then they came back.
They did come back.
They
though.
did come back. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still around like Pender and
Yeah.
Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I think it was a couple of weeks ago when I drove past there. Dude,
They're rebuilding their
tents everywhere. I'm like, I had never seen it that bad before.
Yeah, it's been like it's
Oh my god. Yeah. Like people say Vancouver is a beautiful place, but damn, you go to
I don't know. Like I used to
East
always
Hastings?
hang out around that area because my mom would buy groceries there.
like Chinatown.
No,
like
Chinatown.
Rice World area. So it's like still. In
Oh,
the
it's,
sketchy-
it's
Yeah.
getting
It's-
getting
it-
close.
Yeah, it gets close.
But
There's
yeah, but then I don't know. Like I've always realized like they leave you alone if you leave them alone.
For the most
part, yeah.
Yo, it's really funny. I got a funny story. So you know how parents teach kids, Asian parents teach kids in a very extreme way.
Yeah.
So my dad, he basically he always say you gotta work hard, right? You don't work hard, you end up in the streets.
Yeah.
So he always drive past Chinatown, always.
Oh,
And I
nice,
remember
nice, nice.
one time my brother was like acting up, and then I don't know, for some reason to teach my brother a lesson, he basically told my brother to get out of the car and walk on Hastings
Oh.
when he was like a kid. He was like elementary or something. And then he had to walk a block while we were in the car walking next to him. And he was crying the whole time. It was scary. All these homeless
Yeah.
guys are like looking at you and like some of them are shooting
Yeah,
up.
that's
Yeah.
fucking
And then my
savage,
brother's
dude.
like crying after that. Dang.
Oh, if you don't think I'm gonna bring this up to
Yeah. I don't even know if he remembers. I just remember I was in the car. I'm just like, you messed up. You messed up. You don't freaking talk back.
if this was like this day and age, you'd be filming that shit.
Yeah.
You'd be filming your little brother walking through.
Yeah,
the
and
street.
then later you go, was it child support or
Yeah.
it's pretty messed up. But it's funny though. Hey, that's a one way to teach.
He wasn't
kids.
unsafe though. Usually they
Yeah.
leave you
Yeah,
alone.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
every kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
actually like do stay clear.
Yeah.
The other thing is like, I don't know. For the most part, this isn't probably us being a guy though. There isn't as much danger as people think there are. Like there are people that rob women, unfortunately. But like most time when you're a guy, they don't do anything.
Yo, it's still scary, man. I don't go there.
It's pretty.
I don't know.
sketch.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, so I was walking down that area not too long ago with a friend, and she was like scared.
yeah.
Well, rightfully so. But
Yeah.
I was thinking about this and I was telling her like we're not that different. Like these guys, I know a few guys that end up there, just from like high school or whatever, but like they just need 3 or 4 bad, shitty luck things that happen to them,
And
just
then it just
snowball,
happens.
and then they're in there,
Yeah.
right? Like, and like a bad decision here and there, but
Yeah.
it's like it's actually not that like far fetched.
Yeah, like everyone's choice is not to end up being there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
No
yeah.
one's gonna be like, I want just want to live on the streets and
Yeah.
you know shoot up
exactly.
heroin.
Yeah.
No one wants to be there, but
Right.
because of what you
Circumstances.
said,
It's like
situations,
a couple circumstances, and then it snowballs.
Yeah.
Like momentum, and then you're fucked.
yeah.
Was this
So-
a date where you're just like, you're not that different from this homeless guy right here. You are just like him.
And then after at the end,
You see that
So
guy
it's
with his pants around his knees? Yeah,
That could be you.
That's you next.
and then towards the end, so second date. So Thursday,
I thought girls like a stroll through the city.
showing you Vancouver.
Yeah.
So on dates, that wraps us up because I've got a question about dates for our next topic.
Ooh,
I love
Alright.
eating.
stay
Alright.
tuned.
Yeah.
Stay
So
tuned.
stay tuned for our next topic. Thank you so much, Dom, for being our guest on this topic.
Yeah.
And be sure to follow us on our link tree.
Yep.
We have follow us on our Instagram or YouTube or Spotify. You find us all of
Everything's
our
there.
links. Yeah.
You know, give us a like, subscribe, and put in the comments what is your worst job?
Yeah.
I guess worst first job.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks for tuning in, and see everyone on the next one. Bye.